Okay, let's get into it. Let's go. Let's get after it. Unboxing. This is an impulse buy. They had it on a really good sale, and I couldn't pass it up. And it's not something I was going to get into, but here we are. So without further ado, open box review. What do you get? What do we have, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Ruger LCP II. This is a 22 version. This is not the 380. This is a 22. So what's in the box, you ask? Little holster, little pocket holster, okay? Pretty good, decent quality, you know. One 10-round magazine. I really wish that this would have came with two, but you do have one 22 LR 10-round magazine. Pretty good quality magazine there. You do get a loader assist to help you load. 22s aren't really hard to load, but they do include that in the box. You get a flush mount base plate. What's on here right now is kind of an extended. I don't think that reduces or does anything with the mag count, but you do get a flush mount base plate. And without further ado, you get your weapon. So let's make sure it's clear. We are clear. Wow, look at that. Look at that. So right off the back, I just want to say, the slide on this thing is ridiculously easy to engage, okay? There's no doubt in my mind that anyone can rack the slide on this, whether you're young, whether you're old. I mean, 2 fingers. Young, old, arthritis. And that's one of the really, really neat features about this gun that I really liked when I picked it up, when I saw it on sale, is how easy it is to rack that slide. A lot of times, people with arthritis, older people, younger people, you know, some people just don't have that hand strength to rack a slide. And I'll tell you what, this is super easy. So let's just take a look at it, okay? You do have your magazine release on one side. You cannot flip it, so it's only on one side. You do have a little bit of texturing in the grip. This gun does come with the safety, so that's one thing you will kind of have to get used to. This is a 22 LR, so it is what it is, but it does have a safety. Nice little engaging. Okay, it engages well. I do like that. Let's look at the back of it. Okay, let's look at your sights. Nothing fancy at your sights. All right. 22 LR. I will say it's a nice little weapon. It feels good. Ruger makes some quality stuff. I get it. You know, not everyone's a fan, but Ruger does make some quality stuff. So let's take the magazine. It's empty. Let's insert it in the gun. Okay. So that's with the extended on there. And let me tell you, I've got small hands and, you know, 2 grip. So anyone with bigger hands than me, which is most, you know, but let's just face it, it's a 22, so there's not going to be much kick there. But you do have a pretty good grip on the gun. Some of the safety features of this weapon, obviously you do have a actual safety, but we all know that Ruger does include a lot of other safeties in their weapons. So, for instance, when this thing is on safety, you do have a dead trigger. Actually, let me go back here. Let me take a step back. When this thing does not have a magazine in it at all, that's another built-in safety feature. You cannot engage that trigger, whether it's on safety or not. You cannot engage the trigger. So I'll back up there. Now, let me put the magazine in the gun. Once again, it is clear. No rounds in the magazine. Let's insert this. Okay? So let's engage the safety. Now, when the safety is engaged and the magazine is in the gun, you have a dead trigger. Okay? You can pull all day long on that trigger, nothing's going to happen. There's no feeling in it, it's just dead. Okay? So that's another safety feature built into it. When the safety is off, okay? And you pull on that. All right, there's a little bit right there. That's where you hit that wall right there. And you're pulling. Not a bad trigger, okay? Not a bad trigger. So let's see where the reset is on this thing. Right about there, and then there's a little bit of creep right there. So this is not going to be a range. This is not going to be, I mean, this is just, it is what it is. It's a plinker, right? It's a fun little gun to shoot. I also see this being a concealed carry weapon as well. I know 22 long rifles not as highly sought after for a concealed carry weapon as your 380s, as your 9s, as, you know, whatever it may be. But let's face it, it's still going to go bang when you pull the trigger. You do have 10 rounds in this thing. It is super lightweight. It is super small. You can rack the slides super easily. This thing, I mean, is so small. I've got small hands, but this thing can fit easily in a pocket carry, put it in a coat, okay? Throw it anywhere you need to. This thing, I think, is a really quality firearm for what it is. Now, I will say this. I think it also, what we need to understand is, you know, this is not a tack driver, okay? This is just something to go out and shoot with. But more importantly, I think this gun can get people into shooting, right? So let's just look at the cost of a 22 round versus 9 versus 380, whatever it is. 22 long rifle is cheap to shoot. Not like it used to be, but it's still super cheap, all right? So that's point number one. Point number two, there's virtually not going to be any kick, any pain shooting this gun at all. I mean, point blank, there's really not. And so what it allows us to do is educate people on gun safety and really familiarize other people with guns. I've done that before where I've taken people out to the range and they can shoot 22 long rifles all day long and they love it, okay? But the moment we break out handguns and you're getting into some of your compact handguns or even your regular full-size handguns, just shooting a 9 for some individuals is just not pleasant. It's really not. And so what this allows people to do is, hey, let's go out to the gun range. Well, I don't want to shoot, you know, your 9. I just don't feel comfortable shooting it. Well, hey, let's shoot the 22 handgun. And I think this is a perfect little niche for getting people kind of used to firearms, okay? Would I depend my life on it? I don't know. I'd say yes. You find yourself good quality ammo that you know this thing's gonna cycle, it's gonna go bang when you pull the trigger and you've got 10 rounds. For anyone saying that 22 long rifle is not deadly, look at the ballistics reports. I mean, you know, 22 long rifle is a deadly round. So 10 rounds, 22 long rifle, something that's easily rackable, something that's easily concealable. I would trust my life with it. I got to find good quality. I think CCI mini mags are probably going to be a good ammo choice, but I think, you know, they do make this gun in a 380. So the LCP II 380, you know, it's really the same size as this 22. And I get it. 380's probably a little bit better round, but let's face it, the 380 in this small of a weapon, not many people are going to be comfortable shooting with it. Okay? And what I'm trying to say is, if you're going to be concealed carrying something, if you're going to be having something on you that, you know, you may have to use in a situation, you want to be comfortable with that firearm. And in order to be comfortable with that firearm, you have to be able to take it to the range and you have to be able to comfortably shoot it. And I think this is what Ruger, this LCP II 22 is all about, is going to the gun range and knocking out 100 rounds, right? 100 rounds in 22 LR is not going to cost you anything at all. In fact, maybe you're probably going to end up spending more money renting a lane than shooting 100 rounds of 22 long rifle, right? So, you know, this is just one of those things where I think, hey, get out, shoot it, and enjoy it. Learn the weapon, and I think, yeah. So let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts. You know, would you cop something like this? Would you buy it? Would you conceal carry it? And just let me know what your findings. But anyways, this is just an unboxing. Like I said, Not really planning on picking this thing up, but overall, it's a good quality firearm. So once again, you only get one magazine. That's kind of the only beef about it. I wish it did come with another one, so you'd have two, just a spare, but you get one. I haven't priced out a spare magazine. I'm sure they're cheap, but you know, you already had to pay for the weapon, so it is what it is. I did like that it did come in this kind of little pocket holster, so that is pretty neat. I did like that. You can buy these things for cheap anyways, but the fact that it just came with it, I did like that. So once again, you do have your safety, okay? Ruger does have built-in safeties in this thing, so when the magazine is out, you cannot engage the trigger at all when the magazine is put into the gun. And it is on safety. There's a dead trigger, so there's nothing there. Engage the safety, and you can pull the trigger there. So highlights, once again, you know, the sights aren't the greatest, but it is what it is. The fit, the finish quality of the firearm is good. The slide, the texturing, Ruger, I think really did a good job on this weapon. So thank you for tuning in. Once again, this is just an unboxing. And so there's that little pinky, little flat base plate. But yeah, this is just an unboxing. Thanks for tuning in, and let me know what you think.